Yeah, I'm a data engineering and full stack Python instructor at ByeteAcademy, and I'm in Bangalore from New York, and here at DigitalOcean's headquarters.
Awesome, awesome.
Yep.
So, can you tell, what you like about DigitalOcean, how you have been using DigitalOcean for the past, few years or so?
Sure. I love the story. I love the story of DigitalOcean. I love how like they started a hackathon, or like as legend goes, I guess. I'm not sure if I have it completely right because I heard tonight that they're actually in Techstars, but like from what I heard, they like started like not necessarily humbly, but like small, like a hackathon, and then they got a bunch of signups, and they're right about to go out of business, and the Mark Andreessen wrote them a big check or something like that, like 32 million bucks. And I just love that story, and I love like the idea that they started out in the SSD space like way before anyone else. You know, if you had hired hosts, I won't like name any, but like you were never sure if you were getting like a 7200 RPM like hard disk drive, or if you're getting something lower than that standard. And it was just like really hard to get any sort of insight in regards to what you were exactly running. And I love that in DigitalOcean that like you just have like direct access to the hypervisor. The API is great. The first time I actually logged into DigitalOcean, I thought it was broken. I was like, there's not enough things going on this. Whereas like if you go to some other UIs or something, they're like hyper cluttered. But yeah, those are probably like a couple things that I love about DigitalOcean.
Great, great.
Yeah.
So, with DigitalOcean as a platform,
Mhm.
what are those different features or product sets that you actually like using on a day-to-day basis or whenever you happen to use various stuff?
You know what I think is the coolest thing about DigitalOcean? That you guys allow people to spin up free BSD nodes. That is honestly like having attended a few of the NYC free BSD user group, like meetups or something like that. Like they just kind of being able to get your hands dirty with a bunch of different things with a familiar API. At Byte, for instance, we teach all of our students like how to use DigitalOcean's API in their build scripts before anything else, just because it's so easy to use. But it doesn't, the developer friendliness in a really cool way doesn't take away from the underlying utility of the platform. You get something, in my opinion, that's way better than like a lot of DigitalOcean's contemporaries, so to speak. And I love it.
Awesome. Can you just tell a little more about Hacktoberfest and your involvement at Hacktoberfest and what is it that you like at Hacktoberfest?
I wish my presentation was a little better because everyone there is just like so insanely smart. And but it was great to be in a room with a bunch of like passionate like I hate to use the phrase DevOps, but I'll just say it anyway. Like a lot of guys that are like developers and also like in operations, and it's kind of like it's not necessarily something that's as emergent as it was like a couple of years ago. I say like the DevOps movement, so to speak. But just being in that crowd of people that are like passionate about like system administration and software development was really unique, and I love like the open source community. Like it's just it's incredible. Like I feel like it was really well promoted by DigitalOcean. I remember seeing it at the bottom of every blog post or tutorial that DigitalOcean did. It was like a really cool. Like something else that I think is really cool about DigitalOcean, just as a side note, is the graphic design. It's like a cut above the rest. You know, have you ever noticed that? No. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So can you tell a little more about those illustrations that you really like?
I don't know what I like. They're like neon, and they're just like new and fresh and just different. They're just like, I mean, there's just yeah. I won't name any like competitors or anything or of your contemporaries, but it's definitely a departure from the norm, which is nice. It's refreshingly original.
Okay, okay, great. So if you were to give like a message or a recommendation to people who are new to DigitalOcean or haven't really used it, what would that be?
Check out the tutorials. The tutorials are awesome. I can like name a couple tutorial authors probably off the top of my head. I think I'm blanking because I'm on camera right now, but I know that like just like there's this one guy Mitchell and there's this other guy. Anyway, they're just like absolutely the authors and the authorship is absolutely amazing. I think the community's really active in the comments section. A lot of the times, if you ever like do a tutorial like and you're not really familiar with, let's say, a programming language or say system administration, um, you can actually see, not in DigitalOcean tutorials, but on other tutorials, it's really interesting. You can actually see the author come back later on and be like, you know what, you're right, I was wrong about this. But they don't end up changing something in the tutorial earlier on for some reason. But what's really cool about DigitalOcean's tutorials is that sometimes there's a separate editor than the author. So someone has like gone back and either changed something because something's like changed in an API or some sort of like maybe they're going from system D or to system D from like CentOS 6 to 7 or something like that. Um, and I just think that yeah, I would just say check out the tutorials.